The movie opens with Joon-woo, a young man who resides with his family, including his parents and sister. He's an avid gamer, spending most of his time playing live video games with friends, particularly obsessed with PUBG. One day, while engrossed in a gaming session at home, while his family is away, a news report on TV catches his attention, announcing a mysterious virus outbreak sweeping through Seoul. As Joon-woo continues watching the news, he learns that the virus is causing chaos, with infected individuals biting each other uncontrollably. The situation spirals out of government control, leaving the uninfected desperate for an escape. Peering out from his balcony, Joon-woo witnesses the horrific scene firsthand, people savagely attacking each other. Realization sets in, this is no ordinary virus, but a zombie virus that transforms its victims into mindless, flesh-eating monsters. As Joon-woo enters his flat, a neighbor forcibly enters his home, asking to use the bathroom. But before Joon-woo can respond, a news report grabs his attention, describing the infected as exhibiting cannibalistic behavior, with skin turning white and eyes turning red. Suddenly, his neighbor transforms into a zombie. Joon-woo acts fast, pushing the zombie out of his house and quickly closing the door to trap the threat outside. Joon-woo receives a message from his family, inquiring about his safety and urging him to stay alive. In response, he writes "alive" on a sticky note and sticks it to his family's photo, serving as a motivational reminder. Barricading himself indoors, he uses the fridge as a makeshift barrier to shield himself from the zombies. In a desperate bid for help, Joon-woo posts a public note on social media with the same plea, "stay alive." However, his cries for help go unanswered, as the entire area is overrun with zombies, leaving him to fend for himself. Using a drone to scan his surroundings when he briefly had a signal, Joon-woo discovers that the virus has ravaged his neighborhood, transforming everyone into zombies. With his phone's battery now dead, he's cut off from the outside world. With time running out, Joon-woo resorts to creating video messages, hoping someone will stumble upon them and come to his aid. Each day, he records a new plea for help, clinging to the hope of rescue. As the days turn into a prolonged confinement, Joon-woo's resources dwindle, with food, internet, and network connectivity all running scarce. One fateful night, he witnesses a harrowing scene unfold before his eyes, a police officer valiantly fighting for her life against a horde of zombies. Despite his efforts to divert the zombies' attention, Joon-woo is forced to watch in horror as they overpower and kill the officer. The traumatic event leaves him shaken, feeling helpless and trapped in his own home. In a heart-stopping moment, a zombie manages to open the main door and closes in on Joon-woo. Thinking quickly, he stages a daring stunt, pretending to fall from the building, and the zombies follow suit, plummeting to their deaths. Joon-woo's clever trick saves his life, but he soon faces a new challenge: his food supplies have run out. With no edible options left, he's forced to quench his hunger by drinking. Initially, Joon-woo finds solace in drinking, but soon, the isolation and desperation take a toll on his mental state, and he begins experiencing hallucinations. He imagines his family returning home, and life reverting to normalcy, but this fantasy is brutally shattered by the harsh reality. Just then, his phone unexpectedly regains network connectivity, and a voice note from his family arrives. However, his joy is short-lived, as the message reveals a devastating truth: his family has also succumbed to the zombie virus, making this voice note their final goodbye. Misfortune triggers his fury, leading him to vandalize his home. Enraged, he demolishes everything in sight before fleeing his apartment. However, after a harrowing encounter with the frightening zombies, he retreats back to the safety of his flat. The sole thought echoing in his mind is, "Stay alive." Witnessing the zombies strengthens his resolve to avoid becoming one of them. In a moment of desperation, he contemplates taking his own life but is rescued by a stranger from a neighboring building who uses a laser light to intervene. As he regains consciousness, he notices another survivor, Kim Yoo-bin, in the building. They establish communication through signals. Yoo-bin had set a trap at her front door, ensnaring a zombie. Seizing the opportunity, she eliminates the threat. Despite being a kind-hearted person, Yoo-bin was forced to take the zombie's life in self-defense. Recognizing that if she hadn't acted, the zombie would have taken hers. Yoo-bin notices that Joon-woo hasn't eaten in days, so she attempts to deliver food to him by tying it to a rope and throwing it into his apartment. However, the ball used to throw the rope accidentally falls onto the road. Joon-woo then uses his drone to establish a connection with Yoo-bin, and they tie a rope between them, successfully transferring the food. Just as the food is delivered, a zombie spots the ball on the road. As a former firefighter, Joon-woo is skilled in rope climbing and seizes the opportunity to ascend using the rope tied to Yoo-bin's table. Unbeknownst to him, the table is dislodged as he pulls himself up, striking Yoo-bin and causing her to lose consciousness. The zombies, attracted by the commotion, begin to climb the rope. To protect himself, Joon-woo deploys his drone to distract the zombies, creating a diversion by inflicting a self-sustained injury, a cut on his face. As Joon-woo is navigating the precarious situation, his attention is diverted by the zombies attempting to break down his main gate. The distraction allows a zombie to catch his drone, momentarily putting him at risk. However, Yoo-bin regains consciousness and intervenes, severing the zombie's hand and causing it to fall to its death. With the immediate threat neutralized, Joon-woo shifts his focus to finding sustenance and decides to scavenge nearby flats for food. He retrieves a key from a zombie and uses it to enter a nearby apartment. Joon-woo assumes the zombie he found the key on is the owner of the flat and begins to explore the apartment. He discovers a stash of food supplies, a walkie-talkie, earphones, and mountain hiking equipment, leading him to believe that the resident was an adventurous person. However, his exploration takes a grim turn when he enters the bedroom and finds a deceased woman. Suddenly, the infected house owner appears and attacks him, but Joon-woo narrowly escapes with his life. He attempts to send a message using the radio, but unfortunately, it's not functioning. Joon-woo and Yoo-bin establish communication through the walkie-talkie, providing each other with emotional support and comfort during the dire situation. Yoo-bin shares her fear of heights with Joon-woo, highlighting the importance of human connection in survival. As they continue to talk, they realize that having someone by your side is crucial for mental well-being, as living alone can be detrimental. To sustain themselves, they collect rainwater by placing containers outside, which fill up after rainfall. However, their fragile sense of security is disrupted when a large horde of zombies approaches the apartment, posing a significant threat to their survival. The sound of the zombies' movement is likened to rain, but it's actually the ominous noise of their collective footsteps. In the chaos, Yoo-bin accidentally drops some items, alerting the zombies to her location. The undead horde converges on her apartment, but Joon-woo quickly thinks on his feet and calls the landline number of the apartment next to Yoo-bin's, diverting the zombies' attention to the other apartment. This clever tactic showcases the zombies' acute hearing ability. Joon-woo and Yoo-bin acknowledge that their current situation is unsustainable and that they will eventually perish if they don't take action. Yoo-bin suggests that they head to the 8th floor of Joon-woo's building, where she hasn't spotted any zombies, to scavenge for food and increase their chances of survival. With a newfound sense of determination, they embark on a perilous journey, fighting off a horde of zombies in an intense battle. After overcoming numerous challenges, they manage to escape the chaos and enter the elevator, momentarily safe but aware that their struggle is far from over. Joon-woo and Yoo-bin reach the 8th floor, only to find that the zombies have followed them, relentless in their pursuit. Just as all hope seems lost, a mysterious stranger appears and rescues them from the clutches of the undead. The man offers them sustenance, but Yoo-bin is wary of his intentions from the start and refuses to eat. However, their extreme hunger and thirst eventually force them to consume the food, despite Yoo-bin's reservations. Unbeknownst to them, the man's benevolent facade hides a sinister motive, and they have unwittingly fallen into his trap. The stranger's true intentions are revealed as Joon-woo and Yoo-bin succumb to the sedatives he had laced in their food. He takes advantage of their helplessness, binding them with restraints. His twisted plan is exposed when he reveals that he intends to feed Yoo-bin to his zombie wife, tossing her into the room where the undead woman is held. Meanwhile, Joon-woo regains consciousness and attempts to threaten the man with a gun, but he is ignored. In a moment of quick thinking, Yoo-bin uses her wits to save herself by covering the zombie woman's face with a cloth and pushing her towards her husband. The zombie wife, now distracted by her husband, bites him, and in the chaos, Yoo-bin is forced to kill them both in self-defense. The sound of gunfire attracts more zombies, who converge on the flat. In a desperate bid to escape, Yoo-bin instructs Joon-woo to shoot her, hoping to create a diversion. However, just as they hear the sound of a helicopter, which they believe could be their rescue, they fight their way through the hordes of zombies to reach the rooftop, only to find that there is no helicopter waiting for them. They use their last bullets to shoot the remaining zombies and pray for their lives. Eventually, helicopters arrive and rescue them by taking out the zombies. Once they leave the area, the signal is restored, and they are overjoyed to see messages from their friends. The survivors upload their photos online and share their location. In the end, Joon-woo's stay alive changes to alive, marking the conclusion of the movie.